We've been camped in this area for a little bit over 3 weeks.
This is going down as one of my favorite spots here.
It's completely free beachfront parking, and look at all the space we have. So what's the catch?
Today we're going to dive into the natural and unnatural disasters that paint this area's dark history.
And how it's been transformed into one of Texas's best kept secrets. We try to chase good weather. Last year for winter, we were in Arizona. It was wonderful, but this year we really wanted to spend it by the beach. So we thought about Florida, but Florida can be really pricey and you have to plan way in advance, and that's just not our style. So we decided to check out Texas, not knowing too much about it. We kind of came here and started talking to the locals and saying, hey, yeah, we really want to go to the beach. And they were all recommending Galveston, Corpus Christi, South Padre Island. And then we heard some rumors about Magnolia Beach and Indianola Beach. So we decided to come check it out. Just off the Gulf Coast is Matagorda Bay, Magnolia Beach, and just 2 miles south is Indianola. These shell beaches with palm trees blew us away.
We've really enjoyed our time here at the beach. It's free day use. There's overnight camping for up to 14 days, trash pickup, some restrooms.
When we first got here, I was just like, yeah, we'll live on the beach. This is amazing. And then time passed and I started to be like, hang on a minute. If it's free to camp here, like how much does property cost right on the beach? So I started looking at prices, and even the property is really affordable here. And I'm confused. You got free camping, you got cheap property. Why are there not more snowbirds flocking down here like they do to Arizona and Florida in winter?
Now, to be clear, there are two kinds of snowbirds. People who live in the north but spend their winters further south to avoid snow and freezing temperatures. And then the actual birds that fly south.
You got the bay over there, and then on this side of the road, there's wetlands, lakes, a bayou, and the Magic Bird Sanctuary. There's a lot of resident birds here, and I've thoroughly been enjoying watching the egrets and pelicans, fishing in the ocean. But there's a lot of birds that also migrate down here for winter.
And there's also supposed to be alligators, but unfortunately, we haven't seen any yet. Or maybe fortunately, depending on how you're looking at it.
I really want to see an alligator. Like, you know, you go to South Dakota, you want to see a bison. You come to Texas, you need to see an alligator. Where are you guys? So if the birds have got it right, why don't the humans come here?
Well, the first reason is because of hurricanes.
In the 19th century, the port of Indianola played a significant role as a major shipping point and was seen as a gateway to the west. The area, however, was repeatedly devastated by hurricanes. In the year 1900, they witnessed a terrible catastrophe that forever changed the area, and the Indianola port was abandoned.
Known as the Galveston Hurricane and referred to as the horror of hurricanes, the devastating Category 4 hurricane struck the coast with 145-mile-per-hour winds, casting an awful catastrophe on the Gulf. The hurricane brought 15-foot storm surges, huge waves from the Gulf, resulting in the largest loss of life in Texas history. The number of dead reaches a staggering 10,000, taking more lives than 4 times the events of 9/11 and twice as many as the American Revolution.
The Gulf has seen many storms since, but in 2017, another devastating hurricane hit the Texas Gulf Coast.
Hurricane Harvey.
Hurricane Harvey.
Hurricane Harvey.
A Category 4 hurricane with winds of 130 miles per hour. But it was the extraordinary rainfall exceeding 60 inches in places that caused unprecedented flooding.
With an astonishing $125 billion in damages, this ranks Harvey among the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history.
Hurricane threats and flooding are still a common condition for the area. In our month stay here, we saw firsthand how just a few inches of rain left massive puddles and washed out other areas. Which is why those who have settled in this area have built accordingly.
Some of these places here, they just got an RV set up here. If a hurricane comes, they just hitch it on the truck and roll out of here.
Most of the houses built on low lands are on stilts, painted colorfully, giving this area a fun, beachy island feel. This one is my favorite. It's not like the colorful vibes of so many houses here, but it just looks hurricane-proof to me. I don't know that much about building for places that have hurricanes, but it makes so much sense to me that your stilts shouldn't be wood. They should be big, thick concrete, like to withstand water damage and wind. We've spoken to some people, some locals, and they've said that it's all concrete, metal, and really thick plexiglass because plexiglass is so much stronger. But there are plenty coastal cities in Texas, Florida, Louisiana that have this constant threat of hurricanes. So what's the other big factor that transformed this place?
It doesn't take long to notice the second clue. Just across the bay is Port Comfort, currently home to several petrochemical and oil refineries.
Point Comfort is the site of the old Alcoa aluminum and chlor-alkali plant. In the 1960s and 70s, the plant contaminated the bay with mercury, resulting in the largest Superfund site in Texas history.
A Superfund site is a location designated by the United States Environmental Protection Agency as contaminated with hazardous substances requiring cleanup under the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation Liability Act of 1980. These sites pose risk to human health and the environment due to the presence of pollutants such as heavy metals, toxic chemicals, and other hazardous material.
Over $110 million was allocated for the cleanup and restoration of Lavaca Bay after it became a Superfund site in 1994.
As part of the cleanup, Indianola and Magnolia Beach were designated as free public use areas. It's basically an apology to the area and residents, but a great way to turn a disaster into beautiful free public space for recreation.
As we travel, we love to share with you the highlights and history of an area.
But sometimes the emotion and ambience can only be shared through art.
Which is why we're excited to share with you the first in the line of custom-created art and apparel.
And a brand new song.
All inspired by the incredible sunsets we experienced at Magnolia Beach.
We're excited to share the Realist collection, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, and mugs, with our sunset shot of the Great Big Show in the Sky.
We've also created a design inspired by the Great Big Show in the Sky called the Dreamers Collection. This includes the Dreamer design on clothing and some fun items like flip-flops and yoga pants.
You can click the link below and head over to our shop, and your purchase could help us keep this channel going.
The Dreamer design is born as cover art for the song Great Big Show.
Singing our hearts out when we say our goodnight. A home on the front page for a great big show. A great big show in the sky.
You can
get the song as an MP3, the cover art, the lyrics page, as well as a desktop screensaver and a screensaver for your phone. I think putting our journey into this kind of a song is the first time we're able to package up some of the emotion of what our journey's been all about.
Don and I have actually been making and recording music for years now, but we've had so many creative projects to work on, like the bus build, which kind of took over our lives. And finally, we're at a point in our lives where we can focus on our music, and we're so super excited to start releasing more of our music for you guys.
Ashley says they're up there, but with nowhere to hide. So we're smiling and waiting for that great big show, for the great big show in the sky.
If you don't like the beach or the ocean, then there's not that much here for you, but it's great for fishing. Matagorda Bay is so calm most of the time, unless it's windy. So great if you want to get out in your kayak or your paddleboard.
The cleanup initiatives have been successful in revitalizing the area for future use, including fishing. Testing is done regularly to sea life, and the fish consumption bans and advisories are updated weekly for the area.
On the drive between Port Comforter and Magnolia Beach, you'll find Port Lavaca, the spa suburban town that provides restaurants, shops, and essential services to residents in the surrounding countryside.
But you start to get a glimpse into the history of the town by visiting Port Lavaca's Old Town. We're walking through downtown Port Lavaca. There's some really cute places in the downtown, but a lot of these buildings have seen much better days.
Yikes. Look at these are cool. Here, look at all your toys. You look like you need some attention. Hi, you got toys in there, I see. Yeah? Huh? Oh, hi. Oh, want to take it home.
While we don't fish, we do like to eat seafood. And we like nothing more than to eat local while visiting an area. So we stopped in Miller's Seafood in Port Lavaca for some bay shrimp. Tonight, we're making garlic butter shrimp.
It smells so good. Excited?
Yeah.
This looks delicious, baby. That's so good. Good job. As we travel around the country, some places we stop at for well-known tourist attractions or to see famous landscapes.
But sometimes, if we're lucky, we find a spot like Magnolia Beach that feels like a hidden gem.
Being in this area for the amount of time we have it, we've seen it go through different stages, but for the most part, it's been really quiet. But my favorite is sunrise and sunset. You get sunrise over the ocean, and and it's all flat here, so you can just see sunset happening on the other side. There might be beaches in Texas that are more beautiful.
And maybe this area isn't everyone's cup of tea. Are hurricanes always a threat?
Not always. Hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, and there's always a potential for natural disasters during that time.
Is the water safe? Most of the time it's safe for eating the seafood they catch in the bay, but locals keep up to date with weekly testing.
What surprised us about this area? For Texans, this is a spring and summer vacation destination.
Although the temperatures get very hot during those times, it's much cooler at the coast here for those traveling from inland Texas.
Would we come back here?
Absolutely.
But I think we speak for the locals too when we say that we wouldn't want this to become a popular snowbird destination for winter because we love the peace and quiet.
And have enjoyed experiencing one of Texas's best-kept secrets.
Lost in the forest, no friend we find. Darker road magic, and the pathways are blind. Ashley says there are bears there, but with nowhere to hide. So we're smiling and waiting for that great big show, for the great big show, for the great